You don't go back to zero. I'm a huge fan of Des Linden. Des won the 2018 Boston Marathon in absolutely miserable conditions, becoming the first American woman to win the race in decades. Recently, I was listening to her podcast, Nobody Asked Us, and she shared a comment from this year's race, her first one since retiring from elite marathon racing. In the recap, she shared that someone asked her if she took the school buses to the start line like the other racers. Her response? I may not be elite anymore, but I'm still a VIP. Hell yeah. I love that line because so many people forget this during a transition. They think changing roles or industries means starting over. It doesn't. You don't go back to zero. You keep the experience you have. I see this especially with people moving into fractional work for the first time. Someone who's spent decades leading marketing teams suddenly says, well, I've only done a few fractional gigs. Okay, but you still have decades of experience. You still know how companies operate. You still know how to make decisions. You still know how to lead people, prioritize work, communicate under pressure, and figure things out when the plan breaks. The format of the work changed. Your value did not disappear. I think part of the reason imposter syndrome becomes so intense during transitions is that we overconcentrate on what is new and underrate everything we already know. Learning by doing does not mean learning from scratch. You never learn something new in a vacuum. You learn through the lens of everything you already know. A first-time founder who has managed teams for 10 years is not the same as an 18-year-old founder doing it for the first time. A new manager who has spent years navigating difficult clients already has the emotional intelligence and communication skills to bring to leadership. Even simply being a human who has navigated adulting with life, relationships, responsibilities, and setbacks matters. Experience builds across contexts. People tend to underrate transferable expertise. Competence isn't tied to a specific title, industry, or credential. Many of the most valuable skills carry across environments. The tools change. The fundamentals usually don't. When we were growing my yearbook, we focused heavily on channels like MySpace profiles, AOL, Instant Messenger, away messages, because that's where people were spending their time. Obviously, nobody is optimizing for AIM profiles today, but the underlying principle remains the same. If you're marketing a product, you need to find where people already are, understand their behavior, and include your product in the conversation. The channels and algorithms will change continuously, but the strategic fundamentals don't. That's why experienced people often undervalue themselves when entering new spaces. They focus too much on the unfamiliar wrapper and not enough on the durable skills underneath. One of the strangest examples of this mindset showed up in And Just Like That, the Sex and the City reboot. Miranda Hobbs, a highly accomplished attorney and former law firm partner, returns to school and suddenly acts as if she has no experience because she's entering a new area of law. But that's absurd! A woman who spent decades succeeding in high-pressure rooms does not suddenly become experienced because she changed specialties. And yet people do this to themselves constantly. I haven't done this exact thing before. I'm new to this industry. I don't know this platform. Sure, but you're bringing every previous experience with you. You don't lose your judgment, instincts, pattern recognition, and resilience. You're not starting from scratch. You do not go back to zero. You're still a VIP. One more note on Des Linden. She still ran Boston this year and finished in something absurd like 2:35 after completing and placing third in a 156-mile stage race across the Sahara Desert less than a week earlier.